Yeah, so things have sort of changed now from when I first started in 2004 to when I come back and what it is now. There's great support and a real big push and drive for education. Hey guys, my name's Sia Soliola. I currently play for the Canberra Raiders. I'm 33 years old. I was born and raised in New Zealand, but my background, my parents, they were born in Samoa and they migrated to New Zealand, and that's where I was born and raised. I moved over to Australia when I was 17, signed with a club called Sydney Roosters. I was at the club for 6 years, but I actually made my debut at 18 and in 2005. So I had 1 year, just playing through the grades, and things progressed pretty quickly. And that following year, in 2005, that's when I made my debut. So I've been playing professionally, played professional at the Roosters for 5 years, and made the decision to move to England and play for a club called St Helens. They're very well established and have a big history in rugby league. Played over in England for 5 years, made 3 grand finals, only won one, but yeah, it was a great experience over there in England and playing footy there with the Super League. Decided to come back and play NRL again. One of the big reasons is because I started a family as well and wanted to bring my son at the time back to Australia and be with the family. And the old fella, my dad, he got a little bit crook and was, as you do as you get a little bit older, things weren't sort of working out for him physically. So I thought it was best that I come back and be with the family. Why I chose the Canberra Raiders? I have a big relationship with Ricky Stewart, who was my coach at the Roosters at that time, and now he's my coach here at the Canberra Raiders, and now I've been here this is my 5th year, so it seems like I'm doing everything in fives at the moment. But yeah, currently enjoying the situation that I'm at, still being 33, so a long career in rugby league it's been an enjoyable one, but quick as well. Yeah, the lowest point of my career, or probably the lowest year I remember, was in 2007. It was a tough year because I had a really great year in 2006. I had a consistent year, made the New Zealand national team as well, and then the following year was a rough one. The reason why it was, and reflecting back on it, was I thought that things would just naturally happen just by doing not nothing, but it was just I didn't feel like I had to do as much as what I did in 2006, the previous year, and things just crumbled pretty quickly. Right from day one, when I came back from off season, I came in a bit overweight, but I lost the weight pretty quick, and it sort of affected, or coming back overweight sort of put me on the back foot straight away. I had to focus on losing weight rather than improving all my skills and just picking up from where I left off. Mentally, what that done for me was that because things weren't going the way I thought it should have, or I thought it would have, I wasn't mature enough to understand the natural progression of, I guess, people would call success. So I was in and out of first grade a lot that year, and then I lost, I lost a close relative to suicide, and that was pretty tough. And then I got back into first grade, and then I strung a few really good games together, and then ruptured my patella, and that saw me out of the season, and any kind of football for internationals as well. And that was a really rough time. But and looking back in hindsight, I can see why that happened, and that was a really tough period for myself. I guess when I seriously thought about life after football was when I actually came back from England, and that was something that I wanted to explore. I wasn't someone that knew what I wanted to do, and to this day, I'm not too sure what it is. But since coming back, so I was probably 28 at that time, and just meeting people, understanding what it is that they do, and there wasn't any one type of person in one line of industry or whatever. It was very diverse people. Some in sales, some were owners of their own businesses, sponsors as well. It's a great part. That's one of the perks of being a rugby league player as well. You get to meet a lot of different people through sponsorships and different communities that we meet, and so that's how I really started thinking about life after football. The NRL, they generate a lot of support around education. When I first started playing, there weren't too much emphasis on education. There was access to a lot of things out there, but there wasn't a real big drive for it when I first started playing. But right now, it's part and parcel of when you actually join and learning the trade of rugby league, that you understand that part of it is learning what it is that you want to do life after football. Yeah, so things have sort of changed now from when I first started in 2004 to when I come back and what it is now. There's a great support and a real big push and drive for education, and more so exploring your options and what it is, and actually getting an understanding of an individual's profile and seeing what it is that they're good at. I guess that just comes with time and change as well, and how much technology has really changed the dynamics of how we operate now. Because when I first started, I had to literally go out to TAFE, and that was very, very tough for someone. I was pretty young at the time, and I didn't really prioritize time and education as well, and so I would make my sessions, but when it came time to do the actual exams, or an international game came up or something, or maybe I got injured as well, the services, because they would just continue, the services weren't as flexible as what they are now today, or accessible as well. And I guess that just comes with technology and the power of internet as well. And so it's great nowadays where we have a lot of welfare officers as well, having guys from external areas coming in and providing services, great services for players and staff as well. So it's been a great change for this industry, that education and work and the real push for life after football is a very big emphasis in today's day and age for the rugby league community. Yeah, I think it's important that being a senior player now, that our young players are in touch with education. It's more not only just to understand or to plant seeds or get ready for life after football. Sometimes it's the skills that you develop. You can transfer those skills through your training. I know that when I meet a lot of people, or I'm sitting in class, especially getting a gauge on what it is that we do and the groundwork that actually our staff do in order for us to get to be the best out there on the training paddock. Or if I'm talking with someone in business, really understanding how things generally operate. If you're talking about contracts as well, negotiation skills, and sales pitches, or when you're getting to meet people and understanding how different connections work or different industries do things. There's a lot of great similarities between different businesses and different organizations that you can transfer, or you can get a more. It just really opens up your eyes to not only just the football field, because when we're young, we're generally just focusing on training, getting yourself better, getting yourself fit as possible, strong as possible, getting all your skills right. But it's more understanding from a personal level as well as to why people operate a little bit differently, or it's just sort of expanding your thought processes rather than just following the norm.